How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in this 2016 Cadillac Escalade. This is the luxury four-wheel drive trim. It's the most popular trim. I just did a review on this. Well, actually, I'm going to film the review. I haven't filmed it yet, but it should be up on my channel the day before this video goes public. If you're new to my channel, basically with these type of videos, these POV driving videos, I mainly focus on just my overall experience driving it. Oftentimes too, I do film them before I do the full kind of in-depth comprehensive review. So a lot of the specs that I do say in the review aren't really going to be covered necessarily in this video. If you want to go check that video out, I'll leave a link to it on top of this video right now. But yeah, we're in this Cadillac Escalade. This is actually a very good family friend of mine's, and it's a one-owner vehicle. It's still extremely mint despite being, I guess, 7 years old now, and it still feels brand new. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you could quite see, but there's almost 85,000 miles on the odometer, and I've never seen a cleaner vehicle in my life that's had 85,000 miles on the odometer, to be quite honest with you. Also, during the POV driving video, you might notice like the lights up here. You might see the firefighter badge up there. The guy who owns this is a firefighter, so if the lights kind of obstruct the camera view in any way, I do apologize for that. But right now, sitting in this Escalade, I just really love this interior. I know that, again, some of the people more into luxury cars, they might look for the newest and most luxurious vehicle out there, and I do know that the newer generation of the Escalades have, I guess, even more features than this one. But the amount of features in this just infotainment system alone is just really ridiculous. And then in the back as well, this entire thing has like seat 7. It's got 3 rows of seating back there. There's also like your kind of typical like 3-prong outlet in the back, which is kind of nuts. And then it's got the different plugs that basically you can like hook up like a PlayStation or Xbox back there and play it on the screen. It's just absolutely ridiculous, the amount of creature comforts that are in this thing. And driving it, I do have to say, I really enjoy driving SUVs like this. I enjoy driving four-wheel drive SUVs slash pickup trucks. I know some people, specifically the people that like a lot of the kind of new modern crossovers that are very small and like all-wheel drive, kind of like this, I guess, CRV in front of me right now. But to me, this is what an SUV should feel like driving. It should feel big, it should feel sturdy, and I personally love four-wheel drive vehicles way much more than just kind of your typical all-wheel drive, because they're just that much more better when it comes to really crappy weather and just a whole bunch of different scenarios that life can kind of throw at you. Now, at the same time, even though this still is four-wheel drive, it's super freaking smooth on the road. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a Cadillac, and also when you're sitting inside this thing, you're reminded everywhere that it's a Cadillac. I mean, even in the shape of the infotainment system itself right here, it almost kind of like looks like that weird, I guess, shape that the Cadillac badge is in. In the back, there's a little like storage section. I'll put in a clip right now of it, but there's also, it's also kind of like in that kind of pointed shape of the Cadillac logo, and there's just subtle like little reminders everywhere in this interior of, you know, the brands that you're making, because Cadillac does have a very rich history. They've always been kind of like the top of the line when it comes to domestic luxury, at least, and they've always obviously been a competitor worldwide when it comes to other luxury brands. I mean, I've driven Aston Martins on my channel. I've driven a bunch of other kind of like luxury cars on the channel, and the thing that I feel like separates a lot of these higher end vehicles compared to the cheaper and I guess more cost-effective vehicles out there that claim to be luxury has to be the quality of the leather. And the quality of the leather in this Cadillac is just second to none. It feels so awesome, very soft. And again, this is a one-owner vehicle, and he's kept it in fantastic shape its entire life. Also, on the outside, I know you're not going to see it, I guess, from this point of view, but the owner did get 22-inch snowflake chrome rims on it. That was actually an option that he got directly from the dealership when he bought this car brand new back in, I guess, 2016, 2015, whenever he bought it. But yeah, it's all around, it's an awesome vehicle. I also really like this spec with the brown leather kind of up here, with the kind of contrasting tan all around the rest of the interior, everywhere from the headboard up here down to like just the center kind of console right here. Also this armrest, I mean, again, even though it's 7 years old, it does not feel like it's 7 years old. Wow, that is a really cool McLaren. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt our video, guys, but I think that was a 720. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but that, you really don't see that every day, so I guess I'm gonna keep that in the video. But yeah, it's overall, this thing, it's like driving in your living room. That's the only way I could describe it. Super comfortable. It's not the most quickest vehicle out there, but considering that it weighs like 5,100 pounds or whatever the curb weight is, I know it's over 5,000 pounds the curb weight, it still has that big 6.2 liter Vortec V8 in it. The V8 is an overhead valve, kind of standard pushrod cam V8, 2 valve per cylinder, nothing really crazy. And by GM standards or Chevy standards, you know, they haven't really made much dual overhead cam V8s. I think the new Corvette engine might be that, the new like kind of flat plane crank one in the new Z06. But yeah, they haven't really put a lot of dual overhead cam V8s, if any, in any of their kind of like modern cars. The miles per gallon numbers for this specific year Escalade is actually 15 miles per gallon during city driving, 21 miles per gallon during highway driving, for a combined average right around 17 miles per gallon. But again, for a V8, that's not like the worst thing out there. So I mean, GM still did, I guess, a good job at least squeezing a little bit more fuel economy out of this thing. Now in the back too, I guess I'll probably like edit in a clip, but the whole storage, like there's plenty of freaking room for storage, and there's actually the third row seating kind of goes up and down through like little buttons, so there's power seats all the way in the third row, which I think is kind of cool. But in the front here, this is where like it kind of blows me away, because I think it's 8-way adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger seat. They're heated, they're cooled. In the premium trim, which this isn't the premium one, this is the luxury one, so this is like, I guess, mid-tier when it comes to the trims of this year. But for the premium trim, it actually came with massaging seats as well, so it's pretty cool. Again, for a vehicle from 2016, not a lot of you know, SUVs back then I feel like had that sort of option out there. And also, I mean, the owner of this one, he still has the original window sticker from the dealership. I think he bought it for like right around like 85 grand, and I'll edit in a little clip of it now. You can pause the video, you can go over and like look at all the different options. But yeah, I mean, it just blows me away, the amount of just creature comforts in this interior. It's really honestly like a blast to drive in a way that's a lot different than any, I guess, performance vehicle that I've driven on the channel. Obviously, this isn't gonna like throw you back in your seat or take corners really hard or anything like that, but it's just so comfortable to drive. It's super quiet in here. It doesn't even feel like you're driving a V8 until you step on it a little, which I'll do right here in the straight. And yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of kick, but again, nothing crazy with over 5,000 pounds that this thing is kind of hauling. Also, it does have a decent amount of towing capacity if you're, I guess, ever in a pinch and you find yourself towing something with your Escalade. But yeah, this thing is really awesome. Again, if you want more of the actual like technical specs, be sure to check out the full review that I did on it. It should be already up on the channel. And if you guys like this sort of content, definitely be sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Definitely be sure to leave a like on the video, all that sort of stuff. I know you guys hear every YouTuber say it, and I know it's annoying, but it really does help me out a lot as a smaller car channel here on YouTube. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.